Hello Dairy Today viewers. On behalf of the Market 360 advisors here at Stewart Peterson, I'm Bob Davenport, and this is your Dairy Week in Review for November 8th, 2013. So taking a look at our CME dairy components at the conclusion of Friday's trade, blocks finished the week at 182 1/4, down 8 cents. Barrels finished the week at 178 1/4, down 8 3/4 cents. Cash butter was up a little bit, finishing at 156 even, up 2 3/4 cents on the week. November whey finished around 57 1/4, up just about 1/4 cent on the week, and November non-fat dry milk was unchanged on the week at 187 1/2. Going over to Class 3 futures, December closed out the week at 17.89, down 38 cents. January finished the week at 17.16, down 15 cents. And that now puts our 2013 average at 17.90, down 4 cents on the week. Let's now take a look at our weekly Black Barrel average chart. So as you can see here, we did see quite a sell-off here this week, again with the Black Barrel average down 8 3/8 cents. The last time that we saw a down week of this magnitude was back in the middle of August, when we saw a decline of about 12 cents on the week. Now in today's session alone, we saw a pretty big sell-off in the blocks. The blocks settled the day at 182 1/4, down 8 cents, with only one load trading hands near the end. The barrels saw no loads trade hands, and they finished at 178 1/4, down 1 cent on the day, with no buyers stepping in to counter any offers there. So again, that puts our Black Barrel average at today's settlement at just 180 1/4, again down 8 3/8 cents on the week. So now let's take a look at our weekly second month milk charts. Our second month contract is currently the December contract. Now, since we put in a low back here in December, we did finish up our 11th week in a row of this correction here. Now, we did see things change directions this week with the December contract posting a loss of 38 cents. The December contract saw a high of 18.45 this week and traded all the way down to 17.89, and again finished less than 10 cents off of that low here, settling at 17.78 for the week. Now, we probably saw the majority of that selling pressure come from the fact that we did see the Black Barrel average sell off quite a bit here this week. Again, as I mentioned, the last time we saw a sell-off of that magnitude was back in the middle of August, when the Black Barrel average was down about 12 cents, and that coincides with this weekly low that we put in on our second month milk chart here. So the question is now, did the sell-off that we saw in the Black Barrel average here this week, was that enough pressure on milk prices to push prices even lower than where they settled this week? I guess we're going to have to see how things open up on Monday to get a better idea of that. So going into fundamentals here, we got our latest July dairy exports numbers out this week, and it did show that exports continue to remain at near record levels, with total July dairy exports coming in at around 190,000 metric tons. So where we're at right now, we are down a little bit from the prior month. However, those exports are up 27% on a year-over-year basis, with actually butter leading the way this month with the biggest gains in exports. So exports continue to be the real bullish fundamental news out there. They continue to remain near record highs. Other than that, it seems as though there is plenty of supply out there. As long as that global demand keeps up, that should be supportive of milk prices. So we also received our September milk production report actually on Friday of last week. So that milk production report did show that production for the month of September came in at 15.837 billion pounds. That's up 1% from September of 2012 here. And again, that continues our trend now of seeing production up on a year-over-year basis. Ever since the month of May, we've been coming in above 2012 levels. Now, we did see that normal seasonal drop here, however, from August to September. We could maybe expect to see things jump up a little bit here during the month of October on a seasonal basis. Some more data that we got out this week actually regards to New Zealand milk production. Now, New Zealand's milk production showed quite an increase here in the month of August. August is the latest data that we have at this point. But as we can see here, for the month of August, New Zealand's milk production came in at around 1.3 billion liters. Now that's up about 9.2% from the prior year, so that's quite a jump on a year-over-year basis. Now as you can see here, for the months of June and July down in New Zealand, which would really be the dead of their winter, when pasture conditions are, for the most part, dead, and once we get back into spring is when those pastures start to grow again, and that's when we see milk production pick up quite a bit. So as you can see here, they generally peak out in the month of October. New Zealand produced about 2.9 billion liters of milk in October of 2012. So going forward here, we could expect to see some numbers roll in, and if we continue to see production greater on a year-over-year basis, we could easily see production for the month of October exceed that 3 billion liter mark. We're going to have to wait a couple months before we get that data though. Now this could put some pressure on our exports as well as our milk prices here. New Zealand's supplies were pretty depleted last year, as you can see, with their milk production dropping off last spring as they were going through a pretty terrible drought there. Now as those stocks get rebuilt, you could expect to see that New Zealand will probably start exporting quite a bit of product again, and that could be some pretty good competition for the United States dairy exports. So something to keep an eye on going forward, as it could present a bit of a risk there. Now taking a look at the week ahead, it's a pretty quiet week as far as reports go. We'll have a dairy product sales report out on Thursday, so tune into next week's video for a recap of that one. And that'll do it for us here today. On behalf of the Market 360 advisors here at Stewart Peterson, thanks for watching and have a great weekend.